The Silk Road, an ancient network of trade routes, stands as a monumental testament to human ingenuity and the desire for exchange. Stretching across vast continents, it connected the diverse worlds of East and West, serving as a conduit for goods, ideas, cultures, and even empires. This video delves into the rich history of the Silk Road, exploring its profound impact on the development of civilizations and its enduring legacy in shaping our modern world. The Silk Road's history is a tapestry of human endeavor, stretching across millennia and civilizations. Its beginnings are often attributed to the Han Dynasty in China, around 130 BC, when Emperor Wu sought to establish trade links and political alliances to the West. This marked the formal opening of the routes that would become known as the Silk Road. However, these paths were not newly trodden, they followed ancient trails used by nomadic tribes, facilitating trade long before the Han period. The name Silk Road was a 19th-century invention by the German geographer Ferdinand von Richthofen. It's somewhat misleading, as silk was just one of many valuable commodities traded, including spices, gold, ivory, textiles, and precious stones. The Silk Road was never a single road, but a constantly evolving network of trails and sea routes, encompassing the Middle East, the Indian subcontinent, and even parts of North Africa. The Silk Road reached its pinnacle during the Tang Dynasty, 618–907 AD, and the Mongol Empire, 13th and 14th centuries. The Tang Dynasty's cosmopolitan capital, Chang'an, became the eastern hub of the Silk Road. The Mongol Empire, under leaders like Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan, provided a rare period of relative peace and stability across Asia, known as Pax Mongolica. This era allowed for safer and more efficient trade and travel, further enhancing the importance and extent of the Silk Road. Despite its name, the Silk Road was more than a conduit for silk. It was a corridor for cultural, religious, technological, and ideological exchange. The Silk Road saw the spread of Buddhism from India to China and the rest of East Asia. The route facilitated the exchange of scientific ideas and innovations, such as paper-making and gunpowder, from China to the West. Conversely, it brought glassware and grape wine cultivation from the West to the East. The decline of the Silk Road began with the collapse of the Mongol Empire and was hastened by the rise of Ottoman power in the Middle East. This shift led to increased taxes on merchants and goods, making the land routes less profitable and more dangerous. The final blow to the Silk Road was the advent of sea trade routes, championed by the European maritime powers in the 15th and 16th centuries. These new sea routes were safer, faster, and cheaper, eclipsing the old overland pathways. Despite its decline, the Silk Road's impact on the civilizations it touched remains undeniable. It facilitated the first global exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures, paving the way for the interconnected world we inhabit today. Its history is a testament to humanity's unyielding spirit of exploration and exchange, a narrative that continues to captivate and inspire. The Silk Road was not just a pathway for the exchange of goods, it was an economic superhighway that transformed the ancient world. Its impact on the economies of the regions it connected was profound, reshaping entire societies and laying the groundwork for the modern concept of a global economy. One of the most significant economic impacts of the Silk Road was the flow of wealth it facilitated. Cities and regions along the trade routes prospered immensely. Towns like Samarkand in modern Uzbekistan and Xi'an in China grew into thriving metropolitan centers, owing much of their wealth and development to their strategic locations on the Silk Road. These cities became bustling commercial hubs where goods, ideas, and cultures converged. The trade in silk was particularly lucrative. Chinese silk was highly prized in the Roman Empire and elsewhere for its quality and exotic appeal. This demand for silk brought immense wealth to Chinese emperors and merchants. However, it wasn't just silk that enriched nations. Spices from India, gold and ivory from Africa, glassware from Rome, and a multitude of other goods were traded, each adding to the economic tapestry of the route. The Silk Road also played a critical role in the development of many of the world's great empires. For instance, the wealth generated by trade along the Silk Road helped to sustain the Roman Empire and later underpinned the power of the Mongol Empire. The trade routes facilitated not only the exchange of goods but also of taxes and tributes, which filled the coffers of empires and enabled them to maintain their military and political dominance. Moreover, the Silk Road was instrumental in developing the banking and credit systems we recognize today. The long and perilous journeys made carrying large quantities of cash impractical. This limitation led to the creation of a system of credit and bills of exchange precursors to modern banking and paper money. Caravanserais along the route, which provided lodging and rest for travelers and their animals, also doubled as places for financial transactions, further underlining the economic significance of the Silk Road. In addition to tangible goods, the Silk Road facilitated the trade in currencies, ideas, and technologies that contributed to economic progress. For example, papermaking technology and the concept of zero, both of which originated in the East, spread to the West via the Silk Road, revolutionizing Western mathematics, business, and record-keeping. In conclusion, the economic impact of the Silk Road was multifaceted. It enriched individuals and empires alike, led to the development of cities, influenced the rise and fall of powers, and laid the foundation for financial systems that are still in use today. Its legacy is a testament to the transformative power of trade and economic connectivity. The Silk Road was not merely a conduit for goods, it was a vibrant artery of cultural exchange that significantly influenced the civilizations it connected. This exchange of cultures was perhaps as valuable as the trade in material goods, leaving a lasting impact on art, religion, language, and more. Art and architecture. The intermingling of cultures along the Silk Road led to remarkable developments in art and architecture. Artisans and craftsmen traveling the route shared techniques and styles, leading to a fusion of artistic traditions. This is evident in the Buddhist art of Central Asia, which blends Greek, Indian, Persian, and Chinese influences. Similarly, architectural styles were shared and adapted, with designs and motifs from one culture appearing in the buildings of another, creating unique syntheses of styles. Religion and philosophy. The Silk Road was instrumental in the spread of major world religions. Buddhism, for instance, traveled from India to Central Asia, China, and beyond, profoundly influencing these regions. Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrianism, and other belief systems also spread via the Silk Road, often following the same routes as traders and merchants. This led to the establishment of religious communities far from their places of origin and encouraged religious and philosophical dialogue and syncretism. Language and literature. The Silk Road facilitated the spread of languages and literature. As traders and travelers communicated, they exchanged languages and scripts, leading to the development of new lingua francas and the spread of literary works. For example, many Buddhist texts were translated into Chinese and other languages, while Persian and Arabic tales found new audiences in distant lands. Science and technology. Knowledge in fields such as astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and engineering was shared along the Silk Road. This exchange was crucial in the development of sciences in the medieval world. Chinese inventions such as papermaking and printing spread to the West, while the Islamic world's advancements in mathematics and medicine were disseminated to Europe and Asia. Cuisine and agriculture. The Silk Road also influenced culinary traditions. Spices, fruits, and cooking methods traveled along with traders, leading to the enrichment of local cuisines. For instance, the introduction of rice and citrus fruits to the Mediterranean, or the spread of noodle-making techniques from China to the West, transformed diets and culinary practices. In conclusion, the cultural exchange facilitated by the Silk Road was monumental in shaping the civilizations it touched. It fostered an early form of globalization, where art, religion, language, science, and even cuisine transcended their geographic origins to influence distant cultures. The legacy of these exchanges is still evident in the diverse, interconnected world we live in today. The Silk Road, as a major trade route connecting diverse civilizations, had significant political consequences that shaped the course of history in Eurasia. Its influence extended far beyond the mere exchange of goods, impacting the political landscapes of the regions it touched. Formation of trade alliances. The Silk Road facilitated the formation of diplomatic and trade alliances between empires and kingdoms. These alliances, often forged for mutual economic benefit, also served as a means for maintaining peace and stability along the trade routes. For instance, the Han Dynasty in China established alliances with Central Asian tribes to protect their merchants and goods. Power dynamics and empire building. The wealth generated from trade along the Silk Road contributed to the strengthening and expansion of empires. This wealth was often used to finance armies, fund infrastructural developments, and consolidate power. For example, the prosperity brought by Silk Road trade was instrumental in the expansion and maintenance of the Roman Empire and later the Byzantine Empire. Cultural influence on governance. The exchange of ideas along the Silk Road influenced governance structures and legal systems. The spread of philosophies and administrative practices led to changes in governance styles in various regions. For example, the ideas of Confucianism and legalism from China influenced administrative reforms in other parts of Asia. Role in conflicts and wars. The strategic importance of the Silk Road often made it a focal point in conflicts. Control over parts of the Silk Road meant control over wealth, leading to wars and skirmishes between empires vying for dominance. This struggle for control impacted the political stability of regions along the route. Spread of political ideas. The Silk Road was also a conduit for the spread of political ideas and ideologies. It facilitated the dissemination of concepts such as monarchy, feudalism, and later, religious theocracies. These ideas often transformed the political landscapes of the regions they reached. In conclusion, the Silk Road was a powerful force in shaping the political history of Eurasia. Its influence in creating alliances, shaping empires, influencing governance, playing a role in conflicts, and spreading political ideas was profound. The political legacy of the Silk Road is a testament to its role as a catalyst for interaction and change in the ancient world. The Silk Road, while a relic of the ancient world, continues to hold significant relevance in modern times. Its legacy influences contemporary politics, economics, culture, and international relations, highlighting its enduring impact. Cultural and historical heritage. The Silk Road is celebrated for its rich cultural and historical heritage. It has become a symbol of the early interconnectivity of human civilizations. Many countries along the ancient trade routes have developed cultural programs and tourism initiatives to preserve and showcase the historical sites and cultural practices associated with the Silk Road. Economic inspiration. Modern trade initiatives often draw inspiration from the Silk Road's model of connecting diverse regions. One prominent example is China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, aimed at creating a modern equivalent of the Silk Road. This initiative seeks to develop trade routes linking Asia, Africa, and Europe through land and maritime networks, mirroring the ancient route's connectivity. Globalization and multilateralism. The Silk Road is a precursor to modern concepts of globalization and multilateral trade. It exemplifies how diverse cultures can engage in mutually beneficial economic and cultural exchanges. The Silk Road's history encourages contemporary discussions about global interdependence, trade policies, and international cooperation. Academic and archaeological interest. There's a growing academic interest in studying the Silk Road, with universities and research institutions worldwide dedicating resources to uncover its mysteries. Archaeological expeditions continue to reveal new findings about the trade routes, the people who traversed them, and the goods exchanged, providing valuable insights into ancient civilizations. Cultural exchange and understanding. The Silk Road's legacy as a bridge between East and West continues to foster cultural understanding. International collaborations in art, music, and literature often reference the Silk Road's spirit of exchange and cooperation. This fosters a global appreciation for diverse cultural expressions and histories. Technological and infrastructural developments. The infrastructure projects inspired by the Silk Road, such as roads, railways, and ports, contribute to regional development. These projects often involve cutting-edge technology, echoing the Silk Road's role in spreading technological innovations in the past. In conclusion, the Silk Road's modern significance lies in its role as a historical symbol of connectivity and exchange. Its legacy continues to inspire contemporary economic initiatives, fosters cultural and academic interest, and serves as a reminder of the benefits of international cooperation and understanding. The Silk Road's influence on modern globalization and multilateralism underscores its timeless relevance. The Silk Road was more than just a trade route, it was a catalyst for some of the most significant exchanges of goods, ideas, and cultures in human history. Its impact transcended the realms of economy, politics, and culture, laying the groundwork for the interconnected world we live in today. The Silk Road remains a symbol of the ancient world's remarkable ability to bridge vast distances, fostering an early form of globalization that continues to resonate through the ages.